So we have a major correction to make from what we just told you a couple minutes ago before the break. We said our favorite roadie here, Tamela rides a Harley. But it's not a Harley.
It's not a Harley.
It's a BMW.
It's a BMW.
It's a bike, though.
But it's a motorcycle. So that's fine. You know, we're all part of the same family. It's all just fine.
It's all good. But it actually sets us up for what we're going to talk about today. Today, if you didn't know, is Face Your Fears Day. And Tamela, you have gone all over the country on your bike.
And parts of Canada.
And parts of Canada. You've seen some amazing scenic views, been to great places. But what is the first question you say people ask you?
Aren't you afraid?
Are you surprised by that? That's the first question?
I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm usually by myself. I'll travel with a friend or
sure.
You know, from time to time. But I'm usually when people encounter me, I'm usually by myself on a motorcycle, and people want to know, aren't I afraid?
Ah.
So it's interesting when I ask them, well, what do you think I should be afraid of? That's when all these different fears bubble up. Some people are afraid because I'm a woman. Some people are afraid because I'm on a motorcycle and they would never think about riding a motorcycle. It just bubbles up.
It just varies.
Yeah.
Okay, so who better than to talk about facing your fears today? And I don't want to run out of time, so I want to jump into some of the questions. What is the difference between fear and anxiety?
Yeah. Well, most of us experience anxiety more than fear. So fear is when you're faced right now with something potentially harmful. So a rabid dog is running towards you. That's what you feel fear. But when you're just walking down the street and you hear a dog bark and you say, oh, I wonder if that dog's on a leash. I wonder if it has rabies, and you sort of work yourself up.
Yeah.
That's anxiety. They're different. Fear is when
different.
you're really faced with it.
And you say it could be boiled down to one of 5 things. What are they?
There are only 5 fears. The universal fears are humiliation, separation, loss of autonomy, mutilation, and death. So any fear can be categorized.
Can fall in those categories.
Into one of those 5 categories.
And we hear so much in the news about these mass shootings.
Yes.
There's just so many different things happening around the world that can contribute to that fear.
That's right. Well, the FBI did a study from 1993 to 2012 that said violent crime is down 20%, and yet, we're very afraid. So the 5 things that we're most afraid of are walking home at night, victim of identity theft, internet safety, and the 4th is mass or random shootings, and the 5th is the one we always hear about.
Clowns.
Not clowns, public speaking, but clowns is on the rise. Clowns. There's even a Latin word for the fear of clowns, and it's like, I can't pronounce it. We'll put it in the show notes.
But how fascinating, you know, when you kind of break it down like that, to see kind of where we fall when we think of fear and things that make us fearful and anxious.
So I'm doing a survey.
Yeah.
And I would love if everyone would just jump on my homepage.
Say it really quick.
It's TamelaRich.com, and you'll see a link right on the front page to take a survey about fear. And I'll have the results out, and I'll report back and let everybody know what people are
we'd love to have you back on and talk more about that. That could be an eye-opener,
that'll be part of my book.
All right, Tamela, thanks for coming in.
My
Good
pleasure.
stuff. We'll be back after this break.